So how many people think we're either going to have to drive out of this or shoot the door open?
Good. Laser time?
If we shoot the door open, then we're all going to explode.
Laser time?
Well, we're probably going to have to drive through the door at least.
Right, okay.
Let's check if it actually still works first.
Right, back to the game then. It was damage checks I wanted everyone doing, and Simon, I believe, said plus 20. So that's intelligence plus 20. So, for example, for me, intelligence is 33 plus 20 is that means I need to roll under 53.
I need to roll under 54.
Scrap has no clue what's going on. He rolled a 71.
Oh!
Oh my god, you're rolled a 2.
Oh, you know everything.
So you know exactly how the gun works, everything about it, and how lovely it's perfectly fine.
I'd just like to know that I got exactly what I needed to succeed.
Big laser's okay.
Does the main gun still work?
Yes, the main gun is still working.
That's all I care about.
While I'm unconscious, I'm going to make a cup of tea.
Reeve, from the look of it, Reeve probably passed his. I failed mine by less than a degree of failure.
Big laser's okay, boss.
So, you think the heavy stubber on top is okay? You're not entirely sure.
I'm more worried about the sensor equipment, really.
Well, you're not sure at all about that. But you think it's okay.
Reeve Arian reports left gun is up. Okay, Scrap, you were driving, weren't you?
Yep.
How's the engine?
Oh, it's perfectly fine.
Okay, I use the sensorium equipment and I scan the interior. Specifically, the best way to get out of the shuttle.
Well, the door seems to be the most obvious way of getting out of there, because it seems to be a bit at a hinge, not really sitting properly in its frame anymore.
Is the Fury fitted with a dozer blade?
No.
Nope.
Which means the first thing to hit the door, unless I turned it around, would be the main gun.
Well, there's no room to turn the turret in here.
Oh, well, actually, would the front of the tank even be facing the door?
Maybe it just looks bad?
The front of the tank would be facing the door, as we want to be able to drive out into battle, if we have to.
Alright.
Can't we cut the door open with a laser or something?
It's a las cannon and it's more likely to detonate something, and there's always the possibility that there's a friendly on the other side of it.
The Imperial Guard doesn't care about that.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you just yell out of the tank and yell at the Imperial Guard to get the door
Yeah, that's
open?
what I was going to say. I was just going to yell at one of the guardsmen to open the door for us.
Okay, give us a... what role would that be? That would be a perception roll on their part to see if they can hear you through the big door.
No, there'd be guardsmen inside with us. I think he's yelling at one of them.
No, we're in
Yelling on the one on the inside.
the cargo compartments.
In the other compartment.
I was assuming that there'd be guardsmen running around.
Well, I assume that they're trying to get out of here too, and the only way out would be the big fucking door.
Actually, there are access hatches for infantry on the side of it.
Jerks.
Well, what I would suggest is...
Well, if they want armored support, they're going to have to get our asses out of here.
Can't we open the door manually?
If the door was actually working, it would have a mechanism to lower it, but it's probably broke as shit. Who wants to hop out of the tank and go check?
The spotter.
I don't call out to the guardsmen in the hull because I don't think they'd have the tech use to be able to do it. I call down to Jirdan at Hull Gunner and I ask him to bail out of the tank and see if he can get that door open.
Sure, boss. And I jump out and I go check out the console.
Does he have the highest intelligence?
He's the one I'm more interested in that the what's it called? The sponsons are armed at the moment, and the Hull Gunner in this situation is the least useful because he's got an anti-tank gun, and I don't want him shooting that inside the ship.
Go take a look at the console.
Yeah.
Is there a console?
Yes, there is a console. It's completely black.
Like bash it a bit. I mean, like punch it a bit, see if it'll.
You punch it.
God
Okay.
Your hand hurts.
For one, your hand hurts. Secondly, you hear a bleeping noise from it.
Oh. Just stand back a little bit.
It just kind of. There was one bleep, then it stopped.
Revarian asks, what are the sponson guns, by the way? Heavy bolters, heavy flamers, or plasma cannons? They're heavy bolters.
Yes.
Gonna punch it again. Still
Punch it again.
soft this time.
What are you, the fucking Fonz?
You know you could tech use it.
It's blank. I'm trying to get it on.
And you could use tech use to see if you can figure out how to turn it on.
Don't just smash it.
The
You're
second
gonna anger
time
the
you
machine
punch
spirits,
it,
and we're never gonna get out of here.
you hear a bleep again.
Okay, I'm gonna use tech use on it. See
Give us a roll.
if I know.
Plus 10.
Before you roll, always make sure you ask him what the bonus.
What?
Before you
What the
roll,
bonus?
every roll in Dark Heresy has a bonus applied to it, depending on how easy or difficult it is. That always make sure before you roll the dice that you ask what the bonus is.
Yeah. Simon already said the bonus.
Jordan,
It's
is your
first time.
intelligence lower than... What's your intelligence?
My intelligence is 34.
You pass.
Yeah.
Unless you've already added in the 10.
Nope.
Okay, then you
What?
pass, because you rolled a 38.
I thought you rolled a 28.
No, he rolled a 38. He rolled a 28 without the plus 10. So with plus 10, that would be 38, and he would
Wait, no.
pass.
What?
That would
No,
be 18.
no,
No,
that's
the-
wrong. That means his intelligence is 38, which means he needed to roll under a 48.
You add it to the number you try to go below.
Yeah,
No, so his intelligence is what again?
38.
34?
His intelligence is 38, and you get a plus 10.
Oh,
Then
mine's
you need to roll
34.
under 48.
Okay, well, whatever. His intelligence...
Mine's
he still
34.
succeeds. That's all that's important.
It's very well. The panel starts. The panel turns on. And there's a couple of controls that you can't quite really make out, and there's a big, nice green button on the bottom and a big red one on the top.
I'm going to press the nice big green button.
It's just a shame that today is opposite day.
Oh, it's a self-destruct button.
No.
Hey, if the door blows off its hinges, we'll still get out.
I might
A
be dead.
shrieking, a creak, and then the door goes. It starts opening, and then it falls out
Oh,
Perfect.
Good job.
with a large slam, and somebody screams horribly.
I just like say, pancakes anyone?
I don't think a medic's gonna help a man that just got crushed by a door.
And then I shout out to the spotter, I got the door open! I also
Good job,
make
get
pancakes
back in
at the
here
same
and
time,
man
but
your-
I got the
man
door
your station.
open.
Isn't he the one driving the tank since our driver's kind of
It's me, yeah.
unconscious?
I drive out as soon
That's
as
right,
Jordan
yeah.
is in.
You drive out as soon as he's on.
Am I
Okay.
awake? Am I awake now?
You're beginning to wake up. You're lying back in the other room, as I heard someone
No.
left you there.
No, we didn't. We told him that we'd put him on the floor in the tank.
Oh yeah, you're sliding around on the floor of a tank as it is moving. This wakes you
Oh,
up.
well, first of all, we're not moving. Second of all, we propped him up between some shell casings.
As I start to wake up from all this
No.
jostling, as I start to wake up from all this jostling, I just sit up and go, guys, I had the weirdest dream. We fell from the sky and I got stabbed and look.
We stuck a stick up his thumb hole and then it
Strangely
acted
though,
as
at
a
this
sand.
point you don't feel anything from the injury.
Yeah, I know, but the shock value of looking at it.
Because it
I
looks
just-
like somebody has stapled it together with a stapler.
I just sit there and
An
look.
actual office desk stapler.
I just said that I had a nightmare I fell from the sky, but it seems one of my organs have been harvested. Who stole one of my lungs? Was
Oh,
it
my
you?
fucking kidney.
It was you, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Nobody
Justice,
stole your
Justice,
lungs.
Your character would not have knowledge of internal organs and stuff like that. That's metagaming.
Yeah, I know what internal organs are.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have knowledge of like organ harvesting and stuff like that.
Well, I don't in real life, but I don't people do it.
Well,
Arguing the
they
point,
don't
Justice,
really-
that's metagaming.
Jordan's gonna go back into the tank and say, "I got the door open, boss."
I heard you the first time before people started spouting gobbledygook. Good work. Take the right
Acer
sponsored
Bauer and
position,
another
please.
guardsman is now walking towards the tank. On the outside.
Someone's walking from the outside.
Yes. Acer Bauer and another guardsman.
Oh no.
Do I see them?
Turns out I took out the commissar.
No, the other guardsman is the commissar.
Oh. Thank God.
I lean out the top of the tank and say, "That bloody door just fell open!"
Then why did one of your men scream he opened it?
He pressed the button! The bloody thing's supposed to lower on its own! It's not our fault the landing struts were damaged in the crash.
Just get out there and get covering!
We're
Time.
trying! That's why we
Time.
opened the door!
I'm just inside laughing at all of this.
I take over driving.
No, you don't, Justice. You're still injured.
Okay.
Justice, you were impaled.
Perfect.
Scrap, if you want to start the engine and take us out.
I'm already driving.
There you are. You actually need to say that out loud, though, because we can't...
I told it when Jordan was getting in the tank. I just drive out.
Yeah,
And
I'm in.
since I can't see those guys talking outside through my little hatch, I just kept driving.
Wait a minute. Since Scrap is in the driver's
The two-
seat, there's no one on the right gunner.
Yeah, that's why I said to you, Jordan, take the right gun position.
Got it.
Because as long as we have the main cannon, I don't think we really need the las cannon right now.
That's what I was thinking.
Well, thank you for giving me no laser time.
We drive out of the what's it called? The dropship, and what do the sensorium pick up?
Just as you come out of the dropship, the sensor goes completely white as it is recalibrating for the light on the planet. You, on the other hand, who's looking a little bit out of the tank, notice there's a very carry and very ragged world. The weather being horribly bad. It's not actually raining, but it's, the atmosphere is filled with dust and chemicals and all that stuff.
I put my head in the hatch, seal the hatch, and I look down and say, "Well, this is a shithole."
We have
Do
some
you
respirator.
inform us about the dust and particles and shit flying all over the place?
If you ask me, I probably will, but at the moment, all you've been told is it's a shithole.
All right. I just yell up from wherever I'm sitting. Do I have anything to shoot yet?
Not yet.
All right, boss.
And I call out. I call out if you open your hatches, rebreathers on.
Someone knocks on the top of the tank.
So somebody climbed onto the tank while we were driving.
Surely we'd notice that.
It was
Ollie,
pretty
Ollie!
hard.
I think
Oh,
wait, guys. I think you know what time it is.
It's your
Collectively.
boots.
I'll eat your shoes!
I'll eat your shoes.
Okay, it's your shoes.
We all yell out of the tank as our commander's opening the hatch. We'll eat your shoes.
In a Scottish accent. I don't even know
Acer
if
Bauer is sitting on top of the tank.
I'm just again. I want to reiterate. He just climbed onto the tank while
Yeah,
we were
we're
driving.
moving.
Slowly.
No,
His-
slowly.
rock.
You're moving slowly out of the tank. Out
He
of the
still
ring.
climbed onto the tank while we were driving.
I assumed you would stop once you were outside.
Actually, climbing on top of the tank's pretty easy. You just step onto the back of the treads and let that lift you up, and then you climb on top.
That's a little bit harder on a Lehman Russ considering the angle. It's got quite a steep angle.
Well, anyway,
Yes.
what does this crazy man want?
He leans into you, Juan.
Come on.
Juan.
He points off at Juan.
One.
He points off at a town off at a couple of buildings off in. I figure that be our target. You cover us while we're moving up there, and we take it out and set up position there.
We will cover you. Just make sure that any any man-packed guns don't get round behind us.
Roger.
At this
Yeah.
point, I'm actually gonna. Do we hear all of this? Because I mean, he's probably yelling through the tank.
He's yelling
Yes,
down into
yeah.
the hatch.
I'm just gonna quickly yell up. I'm like, did any other tanks survive that horrible drop?
No, we got a truck, but that's about it.
So we're the only tank supporting this entire landing now.
Yes.
Well, it's only a platoon.
Yep.
It's a single platoon. What about the rest of the drop, though? There must have been other drop ships coming down.
Well, as you might have noticed with the atmosphere, we haven't quite been able to make out anything. Though there is a huge pile of smoke coming out of that direction, and it points off slightly to the back of the tank on the opposite side of the drop.
Can I scan that area with my Auspex? See if I can pick anything up?
It's
Behind the drop
quite.
ship.
It's very far away, so you'll get a negative for that.
Would that be
Minus
tech usage?
20. Yes, and it's minus 10. That's difficult enough. At this
So
point.
that means I need to get under 23. 32. That's a degree of failure.
You can't actually detect what it is, but it's not a natural phenomenon. It's not someone burning something by their house for some no good reason. It's definitely something, and it's recent. It's very recent. You can tell that much too.
Damn Auspex. I can't get a decent fix on it. Is there anything coming over the Vox?
Just static. It seems the enemy is deploying jamming.
Deploying jam.
Damn. They've given
I would
us
just
the
like to note that our-
raspberry. Lone Star.
I would just like to note that our left gunner is inquiring about our ammo supply if we need to resupply.
We got a bit in the truck.
Revarian. What of our resupply? If we're the only tank in the vicinity, we'll need a lot of ammo. This is true.
Because we're going to be firing at everything.
Yeah, by the way,
Firing at
what are
us.
we firing at?
We haven't found anything to shoot yet.
Shoot a tree.
Yeah, well, when we see that, what shall it do? What
Well,
shall,
as
what
far
shall
as
it be?
the intel goes, which didn't mention jamming technology or stuff shooting us out of the sky, it should have been like sparsely protected with possibly converted civilian vehicles to light armor.
I just yell up, I was under the impression Intel had said there would be no resistance. And I
shout
mutter
back
again,
down,
fucking
Intel
dumbass
always
Intel.
says there'll be no resistance.
Yeah, that's why I mutter, fucking dumbass Intel.
Okay, Lieutenant, we're on your 6. As we approach the village, I suggest that you use some of your men to use the Fury as mobile cover. Form up behind us. We'll lead you in.
Excellent, he says, and he goes off to his troopers. Here.
I call out the coordinates to Scrap, and I tell him to take us in slowly. Let the guard keep up.
Okay.
Okay, that will be a test in your driving skills.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Don't
so
run over
drive
the
is on
guardsmen.
agility, right?
Yes, though Lehman Russes, the lovely tanks they are, give a minus 20 penalty to anything that you drive with them. Because they're
Nice.
that difficult to drive.
You mean plus?
Okay.
No,
Minus or plus?
no, minus. They're not nice to drive. They're one
Very
of
hard to
the
drive.
rugged tanks in the universe.
Okay, so that's a 13.
But difficulty failings will...
He rolled a 76.
See, I'm not seeing what he's rolling. It's just rolls drive with minus 0.6.3 degrees of success.
What did you say?
I'm not seeing what he's rolling. It's just coming up here. Scrap right gunner rolls drive with minus.
No, okay, so see if you hover over where it says negative 6.3, it'll come up with the calculations it used to roll it.
Right.
Missed by 63. That means that.
Romeo, would you mind just you using the GUI and clicking the roll D100 button and doing it that way?
I can, but it seems. Yeah.
It's just for the recording purposes.
I know, but I'm just purely for that's the way that everyone's doing it, and it looks better when you do it.
He rolled worse.
Well, it's basically gonna be the same. He's driving a bit faster than the guards can keep up, and they have to run in behind the tank.
Nice.
Make those bastards earn their pay.
So, let's see here. If I can move you to the correct map, because now we're getting to the town.